Hi guys, so I just saw a video of Paul Odog new trick, and this was this was recommended to me by YT. It's not a new video. I was just surprised that it was recommended to me. It was like a year ago video, and then I was looking, and then I said, okay, let me click it. I just click it, and because I know, you cannot go wrong with Paul video. There's always something you can learn from it. And I saw these two young Filipina. They were sisters. Uh, Actually, the title was the Farmer's Daughters. Unbelievable tales of the two beautiful sisters. And it is like a feel good video, and I cannot tell you how happy I am watching this video, because this is like an old school Filipinas. And then you if you're a foreigner, this is what the type of Filipina that you should be looking. This is a very tight knit family, and the sister, which is on the right, she's the one with the hair on one side. Her name is Juliet. She's 25, and she started as a worker, and now she's a partner with a foreigner running a asparagus farm, and it's quite interesting, very interesting. So let's go with my reaction video. So these two sisters is Juliet and Melanie. Juliet is 25, Melanie is 20 years old. And then Juliet was working in Cebu. The sister with the one hair on one side, she was working in Cebu, and she was just kind of she want a change. And then she, at the same time, she just signed up with this dating site. And then there is a foreigner who was interested in her, but it's more for business purposes, more than being like a dating partner. So they corresponding. This is all basically more all about the business. And then what happened was a foreigner who owned a land in Dumaguete, and then his housekeeper is ready to move on. I think has to go back to the family. So now he's looking for a replacement. So he saw Juliet on the dating site, and he said, "You know what? Would you be interested to come over and work for me?" And Juliet was ready for a change. In life in Cebu probably is just too much going on, too traffic. So she said yes. And then because she can feel that this foreigner is a good person. And of course, at that time, Juliet was only 21. She's been working for the foreigner for 4 years. So Juliet both her parents, both her mom and dad, came with her to the farm and see the place, and they like it. They feel like this is a good place to kind of to work, and also to kind of settle down. The foreigners also offer her like housing, and then food and a salary. So basically, it's a very good deal for Juliet. So she said yes. And then she's been working there for 4 years now. And then this working partnership turned to now there's love involved. So they business turned to love interest right now. But the foreigner is not in the Philippines right now. He's in his country. I think probably in here in state. So that's how that's how they began with their relationship. Let me see here. So Juliet has nine siblings. The oldest was 30 years old, and then the youngest was 12 years old. Let me just go tell you a little bit of Juliet. And of course, I'm going to put the link so you guys can watch it. You know, I'm telling you, it's a feel good. You got to watch this video. So just to kind of give you a quick rundown on this story was Juliet was at 11 years old, she had to quit school because what happened, they were poor. They were poor as many Filipino. The mother, selling like vegetable in the market. So occasionally, she would ask Juliet to just go absent, in school and then come and help her to carry, those vegetable to the market. And it's quite a distance, according to Juliet. So after so many absence, she decided she just want to quit the school and work for help the parents, which is not unusual. And then after a while, because we all know that selling vegetable is not like it's not stable income. And then somebody actually, I think one of the neighbor boss was looking for a nanny mate. And then at that time she's only 11 years old, and then the and asked her if she want to do that. You can have more stable income. So she thought about it, and then she said, why not? So she took the job. Mind you, at 11, 12 years old, around that age. This is not, I know people be watching and say, hey, that's a child abuse, but this is what is happening. I was started to work in my grandfather restaurant around probably 10 years old or 9 years old. But, of course, that's my grandpa restaurant. So I was kind of, I can work. I don't have to work. It's okay. I just help during the busy time, lunchtime. I help, I have fun too. So this, it's nothing unusual. Forget that child abuse thing. This is the real life in the Philippines. People will say child labor, right? Not child abuse, child labor. Oh, maybe that goes together. So yeah, she then went to work so she can have a more stable income and help the family. And then after she was doing that, and then after 21 years old, she was working in Cebu, and then she found this full-time job with the foreigner, right? Uh, the the family was poor, as Juliet confessed that sometimes they only eat twice a day, and mostly banana, and then they will only have chicken on a special occasion like birthday. So that's funny though, when Paul asked what it's like to have a Jollibee chicken, Juliet said it's so cute. She said, "Oh, I cannot believe it. It really tastes like a chicken." Because I know we all take it for granted, right? We all take it for granted. But when you are poor, and then you are, you don't get the chance to eat chicken, you appreciate it more than many of us here. And then after interviewing Juliet, Paul said, "Who's this a young lady on your right?" And you can see their sense of humor. Juliet said, "That's my enemy." It's a typical sense of humor. In the Philippines, we use a lot of sarcasm. People have to realize that Filipino are shy, but we like to jokes around. And then let's see. Melanie, she was also like Juliet, started working at a very early age, 11 or 12, around that age. She was also being hired as a nanny maid to work for somebody. And then while she was after, let me see my note here. So after school, After graduating from elementary school, somebody offered her a job that she can come and work as a nanny maid, and then the employer will provide her, so she can also work out with her, actually to work out with her, so she can still go to high school, still go to school to finish high school while working for the family. So that worked out, and then after she finished high school, she decided she want to leave. She want to leave, and then that was a very emotional, to part way with with her employer. But life goes on. So then after that, what happened? Oh, after that, the foreigner that Juliet boss offer Melanie, say, hey, you know what? Why don't you also come here? Come to Dumaguete, and then you can work here. Work here, and then at the same time you can also. I'd be happy to pay for your tuition for college. So this is a very very nice foreigner. The foreigner is 68 years old, but he's in good shape according to Juliet. Because he take care of himself and he worked out. So, and I was so curious. I was so curious to see the farm, because the interview was basically centered on this two young lady, and then Paul was saying that actually they did another video on Baby May channel about the farm. So I was so curious. I went to search for that video, and I saw it at the same time. And I will show you. This is the screenshot. It's a asparagus farm. That's an asparagus farm, and that's Baby May, and that is Juliet. It's very interesting. You guys have to watch it out. Watch that video too. I learned something about asparagus. I love asparagus. This is one of my favorite vegetable, and I did not know that it would take so long to grow asparagus. According to Juliet, it will take like 4 or 5 years before you could harvest an asparagus, and then they will harvest like 9 kilo a day. Every other day they will harvest 9 kilo, and they sell it for 500 a kilo. So that would generate about 5,000 per harvest every other day. I don't know how much is that the whole farm can harvest though. They didn't go into much detail, but as for me, I think we all can see that basically that farm is just for hobby, for passion. It's not. I don't think you can really make a profit as a business owner. I think the foreigner was doing that only for himself. For just like a hobby farming. At the same time, that's not the only business that he owned. He also have a like beside that farm business, he also owned Airbnb, which is I think pretty good combination. You have a very nice farming. You can that will be your selling point to your Airbnb guests. You can say, hey, would you like to be in in a scene, with tranquility, to see what a farm like, what it look like, in the Philippines, asparagus farm. I think that's the probably the reason they have this asparagus farm, and but the real income probably was from the Airbnb, But having said that, according to Juliet, the foreigner is also in the business of growing asparagus in the U.S. I just remember now he's from the U.S. So there you go, folks. I don't know if they are making money on the asparagus or not. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but what I really like, I'm sure we will see an update interview with the foreigner, but I hopefully we can also get the chance to meet the parents of these two young lady. I think the way they talk, the way they share, it's really like very soothing for for my taste, because I've seen so many blogger, they show their Filipina. Some of them are just like, they're into, not all of them, but some of them are just like into like money things. They like to have nice clothing, nice gadget. As even I think Paul has mentioned about this also. But what else? Let me see here. There's I have a note here. Yeah, Juliet had been said it a couple of times that they are poor. They were poor, but they were happy. You can just see that they have they are very simple, simple life, and very happy, very content Filipina. And Paul was so impressed with the interview, and he said that he wished that the video can be played in all junior high and high school in America. So young kids in America can learn from these two lovely ladies. How to live a simple life and appreciate things. And then towards the end, Paul asked both of them to share. What can you say? What can you tell the viewer? And here I want to play a little bit of what they say here. I want to play this. Give me 1 second.
Is that?
Well, if you had to say one thing to everybody watching, and you wanted to give them some advice about life and being happy,
okay.
What would you tell them?
Mine is like always be humble, and always be appreciate what you have right now. Like even like before you don't have enough food, but now you get you can eat, and you can eat enough food, and then don't expect big. Yeah, always be grateful of what you have.
Perfect.
Yeah, don't
All right, so beautiful word. She said that and always be humble, and always be appreciate. And then even now you have more food to eat, that you still have to you have to, there's a saying like you always have to look back where you came from. So, and then don't expect big. Wow, that's a powerful word from her. Don't expect big, and always be grateful and of what you have. A lot of people they don't appreciate it. I'm telling you, this is all the word I live on since I came here to the U.S. I keep a low key. Even I work for high profile people, I still maintain humble. Yeah, I mean, so I try to in real life I'm very humble. Many times that I just treat people the same. I do remember one time this worker, like a vendors came over to fix the refrigerator, and I always greet people with a big smile. I say, how are you? And he said to me, are you a Christian? And I said, I was shocked. Like I was like pulled for a few seconds. I don't know how to answer that. I said, yes. Why do you ask me that? And he said, you're the first person that you saw me He's man of color. He said, "You saw me and you like welcoming me and with a big smile. I never had that, here in Palm Beach." And I was like surprised. I say, "But that's how I greet everybody. Doesn't matter you have a dollar in your pocket or you have 100,000 in your pocket. I still greet everybody the same." And he said he just tried to tell me that he was very appreciated because of the way I like show respect and welcome him. I mean, he said, I'm just a repair guy, but you treat me like nice smile. See, that's what I am. Try to be very humble, and then like I said, when I try to sometimes can help it, but sometimes when I brag about something, I don't feel good. I don't feel good after after I brag about it, and then later on I just feel awful. I don't know. Do you feel that way? And then Paul was saying that some of these Filipinos once they got married to, let's say, a foreigner, and they start to like to show up, like show their clothing, show their handbag. I've seen that. I seen this one in Bohol that I don't really care for. They always like sometimes they show like every time they do a blog, they were trying to show their the big house, and then they try to show their like, oh, I think one time one of my viewers was saying that she went to the wet market with a Gucci bag or something like that. Who knows if that's it's probably a fake Gucci. I don't think it's a real Gucci. I mean, you can get that in the Philippines, but I'm telling you, I don't like that. I don't like that, and myself, I don't really wear too much jewelry. I have this, this one gold jewelry. I have it for a long time, since I was still single. So I keep it, but sometimes I tuck it in. Anyway, and then I wear simple watch. I wear a Timex. I have a good watch, but I don't wear it. I love this Timex. Actually, this is a replacement. I have a one just like this one. It was too old. It's already water getting inside. So I replace it with the same one. I try to live a simple life and try to be very humble. I don't know how many times when people come in, sometimes work, vendor, especially vendors, sometimes they will talk with somebody else, and then when they came to me, and then sometimes they will say, "Oh, we have to replace certain things," and I say, "Okay," and then sometimes I'll say, "How much is it?" And they tell me a price, and I say, "Okay, yeah, okay, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead?" And then they will look at me, "What? You telling me to go ahead and fix it?" Let's say if that let's say to replace certain things cost like a 2,000, and there's an incident like he's like, "Let me ask the other lady that I just spoke with when I came in." And I said, "That's okay. That's okay. I'll tell her. I'll tell her." I have so many times I have to do that. Like I was saying that I will just tell her. What I'm saying. Like sometimes I don't want to really tell them. But I have to be forced to. I say, I'm the house manager actually. So anyway, so. What else? So, yeah, and oh, by the way, Juliet, I just show you a clip, but also at the very end, she also said that treat people you want to be treated, and keep your word. Keep your word. This lady is amazing. I mean, folks, if you've been watching, me for a while, I keep saying, I keep my words. If I talk to somebody, if they say this is confidential or this is private, I keep that. Even we had to fall out I don't, I don't share that whatever, we agree upon, I keep my word. When you work for, like high end, high profile people, you have to learn to, discreet, very discreet. You don't want to tell, whatever is in the house. Stay in the house. You don't tell people what's going on. So anyway, I hope you guys watch it. I'm going to put a link below, and so you can watch this and learn from this two lovely lady, truly old school Filipina. And I'm very, very, very proud that hopefully Paul can maybe next time include the parents, so you can see they really teach them well, to be a very appreciative of what you have, even you're poor. I say it many times. That's not an excuse. If you're even you're poor, you have to maintain your dignity. Don't sell your soul to for money. Anyway, let me know your thought. Thank you again for watching. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye bye.